Akpabio planted impeachment story to put Tinubu against Northerners. Senator alleges. Nigerians, this is getting tough. This impeachment saga of Akpabio and all that is really getting tough. And more interesting as well. Let's hit the news and get the full details. But before then, guys, if you're just joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Senator Elisha Abu, the lawmaker representing Adamawa North Senatorial District, has claimed that the Senate President Godwin Akpabio, along with his associates, were the ones who disseminated the story about his rumored intention to impeach him. Abu further added that the narrative was purportedly orchestrated by the Senate President to create discord between President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and northern politicians. The Punch report that Akpabio has strongly denied allegations of an impending impeachment against him. He labeled these reports as both malicious and untrue. There was media report on Saturday stating that plans were underway to unseat Akpabio as the president of the 10th Senate when the Senate reconvenes on September 26, 2023. The report also noted that two prominent senators from the Northwest and other senators across the National Assembly are already meeting and mapping out plans to carry out the daring move. The report also alleged that the senators believed that the Senate President was a rubber stamp for the presidency and may be unable to carry out his duty effectively. He stated, "I woke up today to find over 10 mainstream Nigerian newspapers all carrying news of a plan to impeach Senator Akpabio by senators from northern Nigeria." The Westland newspaper even went on to name Senator Abdulaziz Iyari, Senator Aminu Tambowe, and Senator Ogoshi Onawu, among others, as the senators behind the move. Habu added, as a northern senator and an official of the Northern Senators Forum, I boldly affirm that this news is intentionally disseminated and propagated by the camp of Senator Akpabio solely to put President Bola Tinubu against the North. I call on Senator Akpabio to rein in his camp as the seed of discord and deep ethno-religious division they are sowing will not bode well for the country. Why the North? Why in Saudi Arabia? He remarked, if Akpabio and his camp wanted a united Senate, much like Ahmed Lawra, they would have known exactly what to do during Senate standing committees allocation and supplementary budget resources allocation. But the camp of the Senate President continued to treat the Senate as a conquered territory where the winner walks away with the spoils of war, a classic case of the winner takes all. Expressing his frustration, the Adamawa lawmaker said, "How do you justify a situation where out of category committees, only 2 were granted to his perceived rivals? How will you now explain a Senate where 83.1% of those are appointed chairman of category A committees, also serve as vice chairman of category A? How do you explain a third-term senator being denied the chairmanship of a committee? How do you justify the leadership of the Senate all being vice chairman of category A committees? You cannot treat us as conquered people and then return to manipulators with planted and paid newspaper reports to set us against the president. Abu also claimed that the 10th Senate was the most condescending parliament. He further referred to the screening of ministerial nominees, where the Senate president sought clearance for certain nominees at the villa. He added that the Senate was not given the opportunity to decide on the fate of rejected nominees. Before embarking on its annual recenses, the Senate screened 48 ministerial nominees sent by the president, with 45 receiving approval and 3 being rejected. Among the rejected 3 was the former governor's state, the former Kaduna State Governor Nasser Rufai. Reflecting on the screening, Abu queried, "Let me pose this question. During the ministerial screening, when 3 ministerial nominees were denied clearance by the Senate, which committee examined the petitions against them? Was it ethnics and the privileges? An other committee or the committee of the whole? Was it the report deliberated and debated during the plenary? Was there any voting, either aye or nay?" The Senate president simply absented himself during plenary, leaving the Senate waiting in the chamber for over 3 hours while he was at the villa. This is something that has never occurred in the history of the Senate. Then he returned and read out the names of those cleared and waved papers in his hand, citing security report from NSA or the DSS as a reason for not clearing some ministers. Abu added, "In my opinion, this is the lowest the Senate has ever descended. Who granted the NSA, the DSS, the DG, or IGP the authority to correspond with the Senate? What kind of communication is that? Executive communication or reckless communications? Are we telling Nigerians that the presidency and the security agencies did not conduct due diligence before sending the list to the Senate? Or is it the Senate being used as a pawn in the power play of presidential aides?" He went on to assert that Akpabio knows what it takes to maintain a peaceful Senate, akin to Ahmed Lawal, and not blackmailing senators from the northern region and using newspaper reports to hoodwink the president. President Bola Tinubu worked hard to make Senator Akpabio the Senate president, but it is only Senator Akpabio who can effectively manage his colleagues, not Tinubu managing them on his behalf. So guys, you've all heard it now. What's your take on this? You kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you.